Russians occupied Novovasylivka and advanced near a number of settlements in Donetsk region. This is reported by the DeepState OSINT project. According to the DeepState project, on the night of January 23, Russian troops occupied Novovasylivka in Donetsk Oblast. The enemy occupied Novovasylivka and advanced in Velyka Novosilka, Novoandriivka, near Chasovyi Yar, Yantarne, Petropavlivka, Yasenove, Kotlynove, Vozdvyzhenka and Baranivka, DeepState's post says. Russia's defense ministry said its forces were now in control of Petropavlivka, a village between the towns of Pokrovsk and Kurakhove, focal points in fighting in recent months in the area. It also noted the capture of Vremivka, one of a cluster of small towns farther south in the Donetsk region. Ukrainian military statements made no mention of either of the two villages changing hands, but referred to heavy fighting near the key city of Pokrovsk. Ukrainian soldiers fighting on the front lines in Donetsk in the Donbass region say more weapons are urgently needed to fend off Russian aggression and territorial advances. They say the situation is quite difficult, adding that the Kremlin is accumulating its forces and readying itself for further assaults and occupation of territory. The soldiers have been on one of the most active fronts in this war for a long time, some almost 3 years. They say it is necessary to carry out rotations to maintain effectiveness, but in the meantime are staying put and continue to defend their country.
The soldiers of the 73rd Naval Center of the Ukrainian Special Operations Force are destroying the Russian and Korean army in Donetsk Oblast and obtaining important data on these troops. The press service of the Ukrainian Special Operations Forces reported on this. The Special Operations Forces released a video showing how their operatives are mopping up the area after a successful hit on North Korean groups. During special operations, they collect information on the number, weapons and personal data of the personnel fighting on the Russia side who have been killed. In particular, this applies to North Korean soldiers who are used by Russia as cannon fodder for assaults on the Ukrainian Defense Forces positions in Donetsk Oblast, the Special Operations Forces notes. In the footage released, operatives from the 73rd Special Operations Forces Center take samples from the dead North Korean soldiers for further DNA analysis. This is necessary to identify the North Koreans and enter them into the relevant databases and conduct further investigations. For weeks, Ukrainian troops braced for an unfamiliar enemy. North Korean soldiers sent to bolster Moscow's forces after Ukraine launched a lightning-fast incursion and seized territory in Russia's Kursk region over the summer. Their arrival marked a new and alarming phase in the war. And while initially inexperienced on the battlefield, North Korean troops have adapted quickly, a development that could have far-reaching consequences as they gain combat knowledge in the war against Ukraine. Unlike the Russian troops, Ukraine has been battling for nearly 3 years. Kiev's forces were uncertain about what to expect from this new adversary, drawn into the war after Moscow and Pyongyang signed an agreement pledging military assistance using all means if either were attacked. One Ukrainian soldier who has witnessed North Koreans in battle described them as disciplined and highly methodical, saying they were more professional than their Russian counterparts. The soldier spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to discuss the sensitive military issue. There is consensus among Ukrainian soldiers, military intelligence and others monitoring developments on the ground. While Pyongyang's troops lacked battlefield experience when they arrived, that has been changing quickly. With 1.2 million troops, North Korea's military ranks among the largest standing armies globally. But its post-Korean War foreign engagement has been limited, leaving them inexperienced with modern warfare technologies like drones. For the first time in decades, the North Korean army is gaining real military experience, said Andriy Yusov, spokesperson for Ukraine's military intelligence agency. This is a global challenge, not just for Ukraine and Europe, but for the entire world. Ukraine has demonstrated that it still has Soviet fighters in service. A video has appeared online of two Su-27s of the Ukrainian Air Force in the air at the same time. The footage shows two aircraft flying in a tier, with the trailing aircraft maneuvering around the leading one, demonstrating its weapons. The fact that the video was filmed recently is shown by the demonstrated standard devices for using American GBU-39 guided air bombs, which Su-27 fighters began to be equipped with only in the fall of last year. In particular, in October 2024, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense officially announced this. Before that, only Ukrainian MiG-29s had been re-equipped. Bombs are loaded onto the Su-27 fighter using BRU-61 racks, designed for 4 munitions and equipped with a special adapter that allows the use of the aircraft's original pylon. In total, the Su-27 can carry up to 8 GBU-39 bombs. If you return to the video, you can note the ones placed on the underwing pylons missiles R-27 and R-73 air-to-air aircraft of Soviet production. It is worth noting that Su-27 fighters are an irreplaceable resource for Ukraine, unlike the same MiG-29. The thing is that Western allies have MiG-29s, but they do not have Su-27s, which is why Kiev takes such good care of these aircraft. As of February 2022, the combat strength of the Ukrainian Air Force included 7 pairs of Su-27UBs and 30 Su-27S/PS. A number of other aircraft were stored in non-flying condition. This is the number of fighters that Ukraine is fighting with. The GBU-39/B small diameter bomb is a 110 kilogram precision guided glide bomb that is intended to allow aircraft to carry a greater number of smaller, more accurate bombs. The original SDB is equipped with a GPS-aided inertial navigation system to attack fixed/stationary targets such as fuel depots, bunkers, etc. The small size of the bomb allows a single strike aircraft to carry more of them than previously available bombs and thus strike more targets. The SDB carries approximately 6 kilograms of AFX 757 high explosive. It has integrated diamond-back type wings which deploy after release, increasing the glide time and therefore the maximum range. Its size and accuracy allow for an effective ammunition with less collateral damage. Warhead penetration is 1 meter of steel reinforced concrete under 1 meter of earth, and the fuse has electronic safe and fire cockpit selectable functions, including airburst and delayed options.